So here we are, we got the craft here. We'll start at the front. It's all built out of high density insulation foam, 6 inches thick, sheeted with 1/8 inch marine plywood, okumi plywood, and the top deck is made out of foam as well, with just a layer of epoxy glass. All the resin is epoxy. No polyester resin, being that it does melt the foam. So we'll take a walk along the craft here. As I said, it's painted in yellow Rust-Oleum. It was rolled on. It just works well for what you have here. I did add some non-skid into the paint for here, which works well. The top is it's called ice white. Custom mix from Rust-Oleum. I've had a few dings and repairs on this side, hence the missing detail tape here, and then the decal has been painted in, but it matched pretty well. Got that off eBay. So as you look here on the sides, you'll see I got the strip for attaching the wing here. That's what this is. And we'll come along. I got my lift handles here to aid when people are trying to help you guide it down the ramp. We also have one up here, which works really well. That way people aren't grabbing at the duct, they're grabbing here for safety. Pitot tube there, polycarbonate windshield. As I indicated, I did have some stress cracks. You'll see there I did drill those. This hole here is for the spar to go through, which is not included. That's a 20-foot 3-inch aluminum spar. The engine's 2.2 Subaru, fuel injected, runs like a top. There you'll see where I got my fuel filter. So all the guards are made out of galvanized fencing with brake line for the exterior. It's kind of a common way that we do this in the hovercrafter world. There could be another one added to the top here, but it just hasn't been done. I do have replacement belts for the lift drive, not the big wide belt that's in here. So we'll come around. The aluminum mounts are again for the rear spar, crafted by Universal Hovercraft. These are pink insulation foam, which is then carved with a wood spar through the middle, and then glassed. A lot of pinholes in it. You know, somebody could come along here and do some real fine finishing work and get it sharper that way. They do take some abuse. The bearings are a composite bearing material with aluminum spars. These are your drains. This hole here will be actually where your, if it was in wig mode, where your rudder cables and your vertical stab or horizontal stab cables would come through. There's a mount, which I do have, that's aluminum for the pulleys. So we have that. The prop's been performing really well. I have it set up with some cotton flocks and epoxy here for abrasion. That's what this is for. They do, if you scoop water, you'll chip this out. You just got to keep refilling it in. Other than that, the prop's balanced really well. We'll come along to this side. We got our overflow for the radiator. As you can see, the muffler. We got the O2 sensor. Now, I do have a constant check engine light. I expected that. I have never actually researched it. It's kind of tedious on this OBD1. Could be anything. Of course, not everything is hooked up. But as I said, the engine runs like a top. We got some things safety wired. I'm always concerned about this air filter coming off, but it never has. But and as you see how we got the radiator set up. Over here I just got a switch for a power cutoff. You can pull this out where it's a battery disconnect. I just have it there for safety. I'd hate to have anybody have an accidental start. Had that on my 14 as well. So we're coming around here. We certainly got some dust in the paint. That's why I say a sand and a re-roll could be nice. The abrasion you see in there is common. It looks like you know, I may need to do a quick rebalance. I would rebalance the fan before anybody picked it up. That has to be done on a regular basis with the fan, and if you leave the prop in the position it's at, you shouldn't have to rebalance it. So we're going to get up on board and we'll show some more.